Yeah, you, right? Corey Johnson back at you. Due to severe weather, today's program will not be seen, heard, shown, etc. Instead, it's Night Court with New Orleans' own Harry... Who's that? Anderson. Harry Anderson is coming your way next. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees, number 9, for that wonderful introduction. That was Drew Brees, by the way, joining us live via Cisco WebEx from La Jolla, California, a.k.a. the dump, the junkyard. La Jolla is terrible. It drags America's per capita income down. It's a crappy area. But Drew Brees was born there, and that's why he stays there. All right. It's pretty plush out there. I haven't been to La Jolla, basically a ridiculously affluent sort of suburb of San Diego. But, yeah, it's for the rich folks. It's for the rich folks. And I guess some middle-of-the-road folks live on the periphery, and they cut grass and clean houses and service the rich folks. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, we're servicing the rich folks, the poor folks, the middle class, black, white, old, young, Republican, Democrat. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you right. Fantasy Friday's a savior. The weekend's a savior. New Orleans bees hard right now. It's a tough city to live in. Just problems keep stacking on top of problems on top of problems. And if it's not Orleans Parish, it's the metro area. Avondale or Westwego Youth Center had a big escape today. Take over the facility. Okay, kids. Too much Lord of the Flies or something. Maybe that book shouldn't be in their library. I don't know what the problem is in Metro New Orleans, but it's lots of problems. It's summertime. A lot of the well-to-do that have influence are off enjoying summer vacation, distractions, leaving it to the rest of us to try to solve New Orleans' monumental problems. There is hope, though. LaToya Cantrell. Someone who's special, a difference maker, a change agent, ridiculously highly intelligent, blows the doors off of any standardized test, not an average person, not just someone who's painfully average, an accomplished leader. I can't do this anymore, Jason. I'm not good at these like fake jokes where you have to lie and lead people on. After a second or two, I'm just the people that can go on for minutes at a time and continue the lie, the prank. I don't know if that's a talent or a skill or I don't know. Even it's a joke and it's just a little pretend white lie. I can't do it. No, we know we got no shot with the mayor, and not trying to be a jerk. It's not like the mayor's stupid or worthless or dumb. The mayor's just painfully average, just a regular Joe or Josephine, just a regular person. No leadership skills, not a difference maker, not a change agent, isn't someone who comes up with cutting edge ideas that maybe the average person doesn't come up with. It's the opposite. Let's put City Hall and Municipal Auditorium, just dopey ideas that go nowhere. And lots of junkets and free meals. It's C. Ray Nagin all over again, and maybe even with the little gimmicks on the side, the shenanigans on the side. Who knows? It's definitely hard to get transparency or information from this mayor, that's for sure. But no, it's Fantasy Friday. I got Fletcher, Mackel in 10 minutes. Yeah, you right. Get to break away from, the Senate committee can't agree on a second black majority district. I don't have to harp on that for an hour. Math's so difficult in Louisiana. 2/3 of the population is white. 1/3 is black. 6 congressional districts. 4 white, 2 black. Can't figure it out. As a matter of fact, Slidell Senator Sharon Hewitt thinks the court got it wrong, that the math doesn't work. By golly, that math is racist. This is coming from the right, not the left, that the math is racist. That's Slidell Senator Sharon Hewitt. I don't know much about Sharon Hewitt. I hope she's not like former senator or House rep, whatever he was, A.G. Crow. I forget. Anyway, she thinks they got it right and acted correctly. The legislature, who wants to make that sentence? The legislature acted correctly. The Louisiana legislature acted correctly. It's just like, wow. You know, that's kind of a tough one. Anyway, she thinks the 5 white, 1 black district is correct in a state that's 66% white and 33% black. The problem on the other side, Cleo feels is the sponsor of the new maps. Like, you don't want that as the messenger. Cleo Fields should be off to the side. And you go, Corey, what he did and got away with was 20 years ago. I know when it was. But Cleo Fields should have never run for public office again. Has a law firm, must be scraping and clawing some money together. We're in Louisiana. My God, throw up a billboard. Come up with a catchy phrase. That's all you got to do. You'll make a lot of money. You can be the official lawyer of Joe Blow. And, hey, if you're not hurt, I'll get you some money. I'm Cleo Fields. Do that. I don't know what to tell you. But don't run for public office again. So that's sort of the problem. I'm sure from a lot of right-wingers in this state, conservatives, they're like, Cleo Fields was a criminal 20 years ago, stuffing money down the front of his pants from Edwin Edwards. It said he'd have an honorable explanation about it. Never an honorable explanation. Now he's a senator again. So I think a lot of folks don't want Cleo Fields writing up the maps. Some Republicans think, why'd we even have this special session? The Fifth Circuit or the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court will decide the maps for us. Alabama has a case. Same problems, can't do math. Just white folks in 2022 not wanting to relinquish power to black folks. And a lot of it is because a lot of these white folks are Republicans and they know a lot of these black folks are definitely Democrats. And unlike maybe Latinos or other folks that are Democrat white that you can lure over to the Republican Party, seems impossible to lure any significant number of black folks to the Republican Party. Seems almost impossible. So it's pretty much right there. Why do we want to relinquish power? Why do we want to have one less conservative or white person in power and give it to a liberal black person? That's why there's so much pushback in Alabama and Louisiana in 2022 on simple math, demographics. I don't know. It's not that tough. And I don't know. Maybe the Republicans are right. Hell, I got no problem with the Fifth Circuit or the U.S. Supreme Court mapping this out because I don't have any faith in the 105 House reps or 39 senators in Baton Rouge that we elect. As a group, I have no faith in them. No faith. It's the Yugo factory. They're making Yugos. They're making Yugos. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, Father's Day is Sunday. Father's Day is Sunday. Don't forget. Hey, Mom, you know where Dad wants to go? The same place you want to go. You can get him the flat screen TV. I think he'll be very happy about that. But he doesn't mind a massage, a day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. 4 area locations. The flagships in Mid-City, New Orleans. Canal Street at Carrollton, right there. Plush, like a private club. Luxurious. So nice, so first class. But open for everyone, to everybody. Open to the public. Yeah, the flagship in Mid-City. There's a Woodhouse Day Spa in Metairie, right near North Kenner. Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. They're on the North Shore, Slidell, I-10 at Gauze, and a 5th area Woodhouse Day Spa in the works. Coming soon, the Woodhouse Day Spa's 2nd North Shore location. This one in Mandeville, Treyen Country. NOLA.woodhousespas.com to find out more. NOLA.woodhousespas.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday afternoon. It is absurdly hot out there. Thank goodness for River City's Total Maintenance. I left my house about 7, 8 a.m. yesterday morning. AC worked great overnight. Woke, showered, went out the door, fine. Come home around 11:30 noon. It is 84 degrees in my house. The unit's running, but it's not cold. I called River City's Total Maintenance. Within 2.5, 3 hours, they got it up and running again. So last night after work, cool and comfortable. Overnight, cool and comfortable. Today, perfecto. River City's Total Maintenance, honest, air conditioning experts that come immediately. Find them at NOLAAC.com. That's NOLAAC.com. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's Total Maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool side. NOLAAC.com, your cool side.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J exterminating. Yeah.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Thanks for checking us out. So many ways to do it. Learn it, love it, live it. You don't have to remember the whole list, but one of them applies to you. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. Maybe that's how you check out the program. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. We're on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. We're on 600 AM, this sneaky little powerful AM signal from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida. Take the show with you on the road. Hey, we're on TV right now. Cox Channel 4 television all over Louisiana. We're on Charter Spectrum Channel 333 all over Louisiana. We're now on YouTube. You can check out the program on YouTube, Corey Johnson Neutral Ground. And CoreyTalks.com, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, social media. What a nightmare. Fletcher Mackel joins us live. He's got like 30, 40,000 followers on Twitter. That proves social media is a nightmare. He joins us live on the program. What's up, Fletch?
Not a lot, Corey. It's an interesting introduction, but thank you.
I suck at social media, Fletch. I need someone to assist me. Where can I buy followers?
Can you still do that? You know what the funny thing is? I remember people did that like 10 years ago or 8 years ago because it made them like the status. It made it like, oh, no, this person has 50,000 followers. And then I remember there was a big push where Twitter went through and anything that was a bot, so to say, that was obviously created like in some,
Russia.
Creation, right, like in India or Bangladesh, where they've got like they got like those bot farms or whatever they call them, and they wiped them out. And it was funny because there were some people in the local media that I noticed that lost 10,000 followers or 25,000 followers, and they went from like 50,000 to 25,000. I was like, interesting. And so I thought that was pretty funny.
No, that is pretty funny. Graffinini, he didn't have bots. That's what I think Elon Musk is, beating Twitter down for right now. He's like, you guys are claiming 5% bots. We think it's double digits, and I ain't paying you $43 billion for what you say is 5% hot air, and I say it's double-digit hot air, 10, 12, maybe in the teens. So anyway, go ahead.
That's a big sticking point. He's right. I mean, that's one of the things. How many of these, the hundreds of millions of people that have Twitter worldwide, how many of them are fake or creations? Because, right. I mean, that's the whole point of reaching real people with your message, your product, your voice, free speech. That's the whole point of it. But if 18% of Twitter is a creation that's a bot, well, then he's right. The price needs to be significantly lower.
Now I'm buying like commercials in Channel 6's newscast. I don't want them during Fletcher Sports. I want it during weather with Margaret and news. I want some oomph, not the soft spot of the newscast. Get it?
Got it.
All right, I'm joking, Fletch. That was just an easy one to jab you on. You can run my spots during sports with Fletch. Hey, Graffinini, I saw Todd Graffinini, the Pelicans radio play-by-play voice. His Twitter account got hacked. It like doubled his followers. How can I get someone to hack my account?
That's funny. So, yeah. So, I remember we had to notify the state police. They have like a cyber crimes division because my account didn't get hacked, knock on wood. I haven't been hacked yet. But somebody did do a duplicate account where they created the Fletcher WDSU, but instead of it, and we couldn't tell the difference, and they told us what it was. Instead of the little L, they used the capital I. So it looked exactly the same with the same title and the same picture, and they were tweeting all this insane stuff. And we're like, wait, how did they do this? How did they duplicate it? And so, our company notified state police, and then they got it shut down. And but it was clever
how
on
many
their part,
followers
'cause-
did it peak out at?
It probably had a couple of dozen. But at first, if you saw it, so if somebody saw it, that was their whole point. They were tweeting this insensitive, insane stuff, and I think it was like, oh my God, has he been hacked or is he doing that? Hoping they get, there's like there's a fake NFL site right now that they post stuff every day and it looks legit, and all they want to do is get people to take the bait and retweet it, and look, this legitimate person fell for it or somebody real fell for it. And I saw like the other day, they put something, they put stuff like Baker Mayfield traded to here, or this coach gets arrested for this. It's like, what? And you see it, and for a second you think it's real, and then you're like, no, this is a fake. So
white players to kneel for, just whatever, just making stuff up. Yeah, no, that's hysterical, stirring the pot. It's like, I guess, Stephen Colbert when he used to do the pretend conservative type show.
Yeah.
Well, but Fletch, old Buddy D once told me, we're in La Crosse, Wisconsin. It was probably about 35 years ago. Corey, it doesn't matter if they're talking good or talking bad about you, just as long as they're talking about you. So I think that's sort of an ultimate compliment, someone coming up with a fake Fletcher Mackel account, isn't it? There's something to that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they
Some
felt
kind of
like,
compliment.
okay, if somebody falls for this, sure. Look, I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, I do think there's a novelty in that, and so somebody saying, oh, he's a local sports guy, if we write something insanely crazy and insensitive, somebody may think he actually did it, and they'll go, so yeah, it's crazy.
Regrettably, you're an entity.
I don't know about that. So, so cool.
How much more time can we burn not talking about sports?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Do I go into sports, U.S. Open, NBA Finals, NHL even, Saints or Pels? Or do I talk about anything new you've eaten lately, Fletch, that's good? Or are you same routine stuff?
So I went to a little place on the bayou called Piece of Meat. It was a sandwich place that they turned into a steak place at night, and I went the other night. It was really good.
The steak was good?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
How's it served? Just on a plate? Is it sizzling in butter? It's grill? I mean, how's it served? Comes with sides? Comes a la carte? What's the word?
Comes a la carte, and then you can order the sides and all that stuff.
What kind of steak did you get? A ribeye?
They had this Wagyu Denver cut deal. It sounded interesting, so I got it. It was really good.
Yeah, now let me think what the Denver cut is. I know this. Let's see. The Denver cut. Damn. Google that, Jason. I'm trying to think what cut of meat that is. It's similar to a sirloin. But it's not a New York strip.
No, it was strip-like. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was. It's sirloin-like, and it's not a skirt steak or whatever. It's a Denver cut, and I forget what it is. But what are they calling it? Just a strip?
It was like a Wagyu Denver steak. It was called.
Yeah.
And it was like an American Wagyu Denver.
Yeah, that's what we're getting. All this Wagyu is basically you have the bull from Japan send over his stuff and hook up a Angus female cow over here and produce that half and half thing, and a lot of the time you get a lot of good marbling and all that. So, all right, Piece of Meat in Mid-City. Yeah, they were just like a butcher shop. Now it's a steakhouse too, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. They did a really nice job, yeah.
I thought that was like on Banks. Where is that?
It's on Bienville, so you're kind of right in the ballpark there. It's on Bienville and Banks run the same way, so it's right off of Norman Francis and Bienville, like right by them. I live on the bayou, so I literally walked over and checked it out because I saw, like you said, it was a butcher sandwich place, and I always feel like if people are trying new things, I'm a big supporter of like New Orleans and what locals to do well. So I'm like, you know what, I'll go over and check it out. So I went over this week and checked it out, and it was not doing a commercial for them. There's a lot of great steakhouses in the city, but you asked me what I'd eaten lately, and that's what I had eaten lately.
I heard rumors you just loiter around the old brake tag station, Fletch, a lot. Just loitering.
The brake tag. The funny thing is, I did have to walk past the old brake tag station. I jogged on the Lafitte Greenway. They have turned that area into like a little kind of park where the brake tech station was, and they actually have a farmer's market there on Thursday now.
You call that stride when you're running jogging? That's comical. I thought it was a girl the other day, and I pulled up in the car, and it was you.
It's a pretty slow pace, I'm not going to lie. I'm not exactly, I'm not like, catching Usain Bolt on any sprints, I'll say that.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You're out there jogging, you're in shape. My sorry, you-know-what's been sitting on the sofa for a couple of years using Corona as an excuse. Sad and pathetic. Now, are you in a little better shape than your brother because he's married with two kids now and has a lot of juggling, and you're just running around with your head chopped off? Are you in better shape than your brother now, or he's still in good shape?
I think I am in better shape than him. I don't think either one of us are in like phenomenal shape, but I'll at least go jog a few days a week, and I still play like in this over 35 baseball league on Sundays in the suffocating heat.
Yep.
Whereas he plays golf maybe a couple of times a week, and so I would say that I am in slightly better shape than him.
Now, I'm going to say this quickly, and it's good we're going to a break because I don't want to get nauseated. One of the reasons Fletcher is very successful because he works hard and he's passionate, but he's also very, very humble as a person, just naturally. He's not like some cocky jerk, and he's loud and has opinions, but this is what I mean. He just said, I'm not in the best of shape. Fletcher, could you go run the Crescent City Classic all the way through 6 miles?
I run the Crescent City Classic.
So there you go.
Year.
That answers my question right there. If you can go run the Classic, you're in pretty damn good shape, and that's just typical humble Fletcher. Hey, I am starting to get nauseated complimenting you. Hang on, Fletch. When we come back, we're actually going to talk sports.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
How do you say you're like barely in shape or not in good shape and you can go run 6 miles? What's wrong with you?
I'm not running fast. I mean, my goal was for the Classic, start and finish without stopping, and I did that. I did it like in an hour and 5 minutes. So I wasn't exactly how fast is each mile and what's my pace. I just said I'm going to start and finish without stopping.
Humble Fletcher Mackel is with us on the program. You want to talk some sports?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on with your New Orleans Saints football organization?
They just wrapped up a nice 3-day mini camp. I mean, look, I think the Saints are pretty good. If the Saints played in the AFC, I'd say they'd be life or death in a dogfight, and I'm not sure they'd be a playoff team. But the AFC is insane. You've got like 12 teams that all think they can win the Super Bowl. Whereas in the NFC, I would make a legitimate argument that the Saints are the 4th best team in the NFC. 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. I would probably say, look, 1 is still the Rams because they're the Super Bowl champs and they're still pretty good. And then I would say 2 and 3, even though their rosters may not be as deep as they were, Brady in the Bucks and Rodgers in the Packers, and I'm not sure who's 2, who's 3, but you're talking about those 2 quarterbacks are so elite, and their teams are still pretty good. But then after that, who? Maybe San Francisco, but they're going to be playing such a young quarterback. Maybe Dallas, but, I mean, look, they've been inconsistent and haven't played well in big games. So I could put New Orleans right there at 4, 5, 6. In the NFC, again, because New Orleans has a ton of talent, but they have questions. Is Jameis, going to be good? Are they going to stay healthy? Is Dennis Allen, going to be as good of a coach as Sean Payton was and push the right buttons? But I think the Saints, I think people are sleeping on the Saints right now. I'm not saying people should be saying the Vegas odds makers should have them winning 11 or 12 games, but 7.5 seems low on the over and under. I mean, that means Vegas thinks they're going 8 and 9. I just think that that's a little bit low looking at this roster.
No, and last year with Jameis Winston, they were 5 and 2 when he got hurt. And you could argue they improved a lot in other ways defensively as the season went on. They're playing a bunch of folks that can't play quarterback in the NFL at all, and they get to 500-ish basically. But 5 and 2 when Jameis Winston's there. So I'm with you on this, Fletch. I mean, is Jameis Winston an elite NFL quarterback? No. Is Jameis Winston not an NFL starter? No. So he's probably a middle-of-the-road QB right now. He has a chance to move into the elite, maybe. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just stays where he is his whole career or even goes down. But the point is at least you have a quarterback playing the position if he remains healthy. You've got a very stout defense. You've added some new weapons to shore things up, including going from a huge question mark at wide receiver to all of a sudden having a great wide receiver core, especially for local folks. You bring in these LSU players, brings a lot of enthusiasm. I'm with you. I think this team is a solid team. They kept what they had from before instead of breaking it all down and starting over with, acting like they didn't have anything. They had a team that was pretty damn close, and now you've got a healthy Jameis Winston, or pretty close to healthy. He'll be healthy enough when the season starts. Yeah, I agree with you. Talk about that a little more, and then also Coach Allen even said something about Jameis Winston and health, and kind of was like, look, I don't know what these percentages mean, but when the season starts, he's our guy, and he'll be healthy enough to start and play and run the offense.
That's exactly what he said. He was asked directly, will Jameis be 100% at training camp? Because, look, Jameis is limping right now. And so it's one of those things where, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he's not out there, everybody would be saying, oh, no, is his rehab coming along like it's supposed to? Well, he's going out there practicing and he's limping because he's recovering from ACL surgery, and now everybody's going, oh, no, he's got a limp. Here's the thing. It's either or. Drew Brees, I remember when he got here in 2006, couldn't throw a football because he had just had major reconstructive shoulder surgery, and everybody was, oh, no, is he going to be able to throw again? Will he be able to be ready? And he was ready for training camp. It's a bigger problem if Jameis is not ready for training camp. So that becomes the big problem.
And if you look at the medical records, forget about Monday quarterback, and we know that. Drew Brees coming and throwing great was a lower percentage than Jameis Winston coming back from a routine injury. Don't you agree? I mean, Brees, you had some doctors saying you can't play again. James Andrews is saying you're not playing again. He's as good as it gets. Jameis Winston's injury is a routine injury. I'm not saying it's a good one, but it's a routine injury. They heal up. There's a gazillion examples of it. Brees, there's more examples of you don't play again than you play. Brees bucked the odds. No, I mean, Jameis Winston, even using Brees as an example, we should even feel better about it. He's ready to roll.
Yeah, no, look, I agree. And so, Dennis Allen was asked, will he be 100%? And he just had a good answer. It was funny. He goes, look, I'm not putting the percentages on it. I don't know how you put percentages on it. Is he 100? Is he 97? Is he 95? He goes, but when we start training camp, he's going to be able to do his job and operate the offense. So I think that was his way of, don't worry about him. He's going to be fine. So again, I'm excited to see the Saints play, but I agree with you about Jameis. And look, I see parallels, and I mean this as a compliment. I hope people don't take it as a negative. It's a compliment, in my opinion. I see parallels between Jameis Winston and Jimmy Garoppolo in the San Francisco 49ers last year and the New Orleans Saints this year. San Francisco was loaded up last year with Deebo Samuel and I'm losing my mind here. I can't think of the tight end's name right now. But up front on defense with the guys they have. A great defense, enough playmakers, one of the best offensive lines in football. Is Jimmy Garoppolo elite? No. Is he a solid NFL starter? Yes. And guess what? That team got into the playoffs and made it to the NFC Championship game. That's kind of what I see in the Saints. You're talking about a team last year that had Marquez Callaway and Lil Jordan Humphrey and Traquan Smith as their 1, 2, and 3 receivers. You realize Marquez Callaway is going to be lucky to be the number 4 receiver this year. It's either going to be him or Marquez, 4 and 5. So you've already gotten better for Jameis Winston. Yep. And I look at the defensive line. I look at Demario Davis and Cam Jordan and Matthew and Lattimore and Kamara. I just see a lot of parallels between the Niners last year, who went 10-7 and got into the playoffs and went to the NFC Championship.
And I'll even add this difference. If you said which player or position has potential most upside on the Saints, it would be quarterback. The only difference between Garoppolo and Winston, I'd say, look, you go ask Brady right now, are you trying to improve this year? He'd give you the line, every year we try to get better. Garoppolo is sort of a finished product. I don't think anyone's going, no, there's this tremendous upside. What you see is what you get. He could have a good year. He could have a bad year. He could have a great year with the right team, whatever. He's a solid NFL QB, but he's sort of a finished product. Jameis Winston's different, Fletch. Like, you're hoping he goes to another level, takes it up another level. No one's going, Garoppolo's going to take it up to another level and be this new quarterback at a higher level. It's just what he is. I think Jameis Winston is looking to get to a higher level. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess like the old saying, there's still some meat on the bone, so to say. That Jameis still has that potential.
Yeah, he hadn't arrived yet. Garoppolo's arrived, sort of.
And that's the argument.
At his potential.
Has he arrived? Or, that's the one thing look, Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have another gear that he's going to kick it into. That's why he doesn't have a job right now. That's why he's going to be on the outside looking in San Francisco, because he is a game manager and he's a solid quarterback, but he's not an elite quarterback. I think there's still the thought there that Jameis could be elite.
Exactly. Now, look, I'd have no problem with, Garoppolo as the Saints QB. You know what you get. And he can have some great games and a great season. But Jameis Winston, I think it's like chapter 2. Can he take it up another level? And he sort of has admitted it when he came over to the Saints. Fletcher was like, I was immature, all the picks, Breeze's tutelage, I think, was great. Like, manage it, Jameis. You got so much more talent than me. Manage that, instead of just trying to thread the needle with two defenders around it, trying to make the big play. Let the game come to you more than you taking your talents to the game necessarily.
Yeah, I heard Dan Orlovsky. I think Dan Orlovsky on ESPN does a fantastic job of quarterback breakdowns, film breakdown. I think he's maybe the best film breakdown person doing analyst work today. And he had a great line where he goes, I think at the quarterback position, you've got to be fearless at times. He goes, as a baseball reference, it's a 3-1 count, and you're swinging for the fences because you're anticipating getting that fastball on a hitter's count. He goes, with Jameis Winston, that proved to be unsuccessful. And he goes, I think what Sean Payton taught Jameis Winston is, look, we let you swing away, and it didn't always work out well, but you still have so much talent. If you choke up a little bit and just put it in play, you putting it in play is going to help us a lot more than you taking a big swing and a miss. So kind of like almost a defensive, hey, don't do crazy things and turn the ball over. Let the game come to you. Get the ball to our playmakers. Play within the system.
Yep.
And that is a recipe for success. And that's why they were 5-2 with him as a starter, even though he didn't have tremendous numbers. Orlovsky, using a baseball term, goes, it was more like an 0-2 hitter choking up and hitting a single than swinging from your heels for a home run and getting the big swing and a miss.
Yeah, I get it. No, that's a great analogy. Fletcher Mackel's with us. Don't move. More Fridays with Fletch when we come back.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's Top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's Top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. You know, there are over 60 Rouse's Markets. It's amazing. And they've been at it for over 60 years. It truly is South Louisiana and New Orleans grocery store. Wherever you might be in Louisiana, hey, Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama now, Rouse's Markets. Pretty much wherever you are on the Gulf Coast area, there's a Rouse's near you, in your neighborhood or right next door to your neighborhood. Best quality, best price, best selection. Tastes like home, Rouse's Markets. It is another edition of Fridays with Fletch. Fletch, what are you doing for your bro for Sunday? It's Father's Day. He's a father. Are you going to, let him wear the maroon or green suit on air, maybe?
Yeah, maybe he'll go for that. That'd be good.
What are you getting him? You getting him some kind of Father's Day present, or you never really thought about it before?
I think we're going to lunch or brunch.
Oh, great. I'll look for the photos on Twitter with you guys in your suits with mom and wife and the kids outside of some New Orleans restaurant. I'll be sure to look for that.
Yeah, you will see it, I can assure you.
I will give you this amount of credit, Fletch. You don't do the humble bragging on Twitter. Don't you love the humble bragging? I'm honored that the Gulf Coast Emmy Awards are considering my editorials for an Emmy. I'm honored. Isn't someone else supposed to compliment you on that?
Yeah.
Wow. Twitter. Hey, anything else about Saints before we move on to some other topics?
No, not really.
All right. This is ridiculous. I mean, you probably watch it because you're a super sports fanatic. I've been watching a little NHL finals. Someone needs to help me, huh? Tampa Bay and Colorado. The Avs win in overtime or sudden death, extra period the other night. I've been watching hockey.
So here's the thing.
I need to get a life?
We didn't grow up, obviously, here with hockey.
Right.
I know we had the minor league team 20 years ago. So I could maybe watch a Game 7 in hockey or like Olympic hockey, men's or women's Olympic hockey, but like a medal game. But it's just not something as somebody who grew up in the Deep South without it. So I don't know how, again, good for you if you're enjoying it and watching it, but it's just not something I'm into.
Wow. I thought you would have been watching a little NHL finals. I'm not watching all three periods. I you know, the old NBA gimmick, like your pseudo fan who will tell you, Fletch, I just tune in the last 4 minutes. That's kind of what I do. You know, I was keeping track of the score, and then it was all knotted up at 3 apiece, and I watched like the last 4 minutes and then the overtime. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of disclaiming it too. It's just not our cup of tea. NBA Finals, wow. Done in 6. I don't think a lot of people would have predicted that, huh? And Boston out the gate yesterday looked very locked and loaded, like they're winning Game 6. There will be a Game 7 until you get past the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. You know, Steph Curry, the way they play, the way they move the ball, how they shoot, I mean, they are
a machine.
They're pretty legitimate. And, I mean, look, they were the greatest team they were that generational team, and then they fell on the injuries to Clay and to Steph. But to come roaring back this year, it's very impressive. And, look, that Boston team was maybe the best defensive team in the NBA. Marcus Smart was the defensive player of the year. I mean, the length and athleticism they have with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and the way Williams defends, I mean, it's, you know, that's just how special Golden State is. So, yeah, it's pretty great what they did.
Hey, Fletch, you know, you're saying it might be an Olympic game. You'll watch a little hockey if it's something. I kind of say the same thing about golf. You know, if you don't like golf, this is what you should be watching. Maybe arguably even more than the Masters, the U.S. Open, the toughest test in golf. You know, it's home run balls during the week. You know, during the year, they go to some country club course, 18 under, 22 under, 25 under the winner. It's just dinger after dinger, grand slam. They're just belting it, birdies and eagles. U.S. Open, it's a pitcher's duel. 154 golfers on the course today. 17 are under par, shooting under par in today's round. 17 of 154. So they tweaked it from yesterday a little harder. They'll have the cut down, and then Saturday and Sunday will even be tougher. It was funny, Fletch, yesterday, the leader in the clubhouse was like 4 under. I was like, this doesn't mean the winner's going to be 16 under. I was saying almost the opposite. 4 under might be your winner on Sunday. It might be lower than that. It gets harder. And right now, the leader's Morikawa at 5 under. Joe Rahm, a few others at 4 under. Rory McIlroy is at 3 under. It's funny. You don't just. It isn't like, you know, a country club tournament. You just pretty much they shoot 68 or 67 on Friday or on Thursday. You can just multiply times 4, and that's probably your winning score at the end, like 24 under. The U.S. Open, toughest test in golf. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I always think that the U.S. Open. I mean, when they play like Bethpage Black or some of these courses, you're talking about the best in the world. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, and it was before the pandemic, and I forgot which course it was. It may have been Bethpage, but it was one of these ones that's ridiculously difficult, and the conditions were not conducive. And I forgot which pro said it, but he goes, look, I get that the U.S. Open is probably going to be the hardest course all season that they play.
Yep.
But he goes, I don't know how the regulars or the members play a place like this, because if the best in the world can barely crack even, how does the hack on a weekend go out there?
How does he play it? They widen the fairways, they cut the rough, they slow down the greens, they de-lip the traps and things like that. I guess I don't know. They make it a hell of a lot easier, and it's still a ridiculous test for the members. But yeah. The way they got the course set up right now. You remember about 20 years ago, they were watering that one green because it got away from them. It was too fast. Their guys on the tee, and they're watering the green to slow it down. So, yeah, they try to get right up against that threshold of not fair. And I like it. It's once a year.
I agree. I'm all for it. Like I said, it shouldn't be every week, but I think they know we're playing the U.S. Open. We're playing a course that's out here to kick our butt and is going to kick our butt and mess with some of our games.
Fletcher Mackel will be loitering around the old brake tag station later today at the end of Bayou St. John at Norman at Dr. Francis Parkway right there. Hey, Fletch, always a pleasure, brother. Have a great weekend.
All right, Corey. Next week, we'll have to talk about the NBA draft. It'll be the day after the draft. Well, Pels will have a new player next week.
Perfect timing. See you next week. That's Fletcher Mackel, 5 o'clock power hour next.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good Friday. Johnny Quest theme song to start the 5 o'clock hour. How can we go wrong? Dr. Benton Quest, Race Bannon, Jade, his girlfriend that emerges from the bushes with a cigarette in her mouth. Smoking a cigarette, a kid's cartoon. Jade, you gotta love it. Jade was pretty hot, I thought, as a child. Haji, Bandit, Seam, Salabim. Look, Bandit's levitating. Pretty neat. Am I missing anyone? What a great cartoon. Adults can watch Johnny Quest. How about this theme song, too? Real music, real musician. Neato. I love Johnny Quest, didn't you? That was a good cartoon. I guess if you're like 50 plus, you remember Johnny Quest, 50, 55 plus. That's right in your wheelhouse, huh? I think they did like a new Johnny Quest. It's like the sequel to, you know, a lot of movies. Caddyshack 2. That makes you want to go to the Home Depot, get one of those 5-gallon orange buckets, and throw up in it. Caddyshack 2 is absolutely horrendous. As bad as it gets. Corey Johnson with you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yes, Friday, the weekend is coming. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit after 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock power hour on a Fantasy Friday. You know what that means, huh? We like recognizing this very time period of the week. A little after 5 on a Friday. That means 100% of the work week in the books and 100% of the weekend smack dab in front of you. I like this limbo period. We smell the roses. We put the spotlight on this very time by blowing the 5 o'clock whistle. You got your hard hat under one arm, the black lunch pail under the other. You're heading out of the factory, out of the plant. That's what the 5 o'clock whistle's all about. The weekend's upon us. Hit it, Jason. By the way, the 5 o'clock whistle on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow, always brought to you by Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super D, taking care of you down into Parish. Paris Road at Solidell, about 6 blocks north of Judge Perez, about 6 minutes off the I-10 via I-510 to Paris Road. Simply put, the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. Period. End of story. No one's got lower prices. It's not on select items. It's not a sale or a special. It's on everything all the time. No matter where you're going and you think you're getting a good price, you can get a better price at Super Discount Store in Chalmette because it's the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. They've got what you drink. If they don't, they will get it, and it'll be for the lowest price, no matter what it is. High-end cases of wine, high-end whiskey, Pappy Van Winkle, they'll get it. Lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law. It's Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Super Discount Store!
5 o'clock whistle on a Friday, brought to you by Super D. Go check them out. Go pop a cold one. Yeah, it is a Fantasy Friday. Father's Day is Sunday. Don't forget, I just had Fletcher Mackel on Fridays with Fletch. His brother, Travers, married with a couple of kids. He's a father. Got to tighten up dads on Sunday. Hey, Mom. Hey, kids. Go to nola.woodhousespas.com. You're not the only one, Mom, who wants to go to the Woodhouse. Dad would like a nice massage. I'd like to get these shoulders from out of my ears back down where they belong. Lower back, hands, facial. Wow. So nice. Feet. Gosh, massage at the Woodhouse Day Spa, off the charts. There are 4 area locations. Mid-City, Canal Street at Carrollton. They're in Metairie, near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. They're on the North Shore, Slidell, I-10 at Gauze, and a 5th location, a 5th area location coming soon. Another North Shore location, this one in Mandeville, Trey Yen Country. I recommend going by one of the locations, but if you can't, you can print your own gift certificate for him for Father's Day. NOLA.woodhousespas.com. NOLA.woodhousespas.com. Yeah, Father's Day this Sunday. Don't forget about Dad on Sunday. Corey Johnson with you, Where New Orleans Talks. Thanks for joining us. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Thanks for checking us out on the television set. All over Louisiana, we're on TV. Couple of outlets, Cox TV and Charter/Spectrum TV. If you subscribe to either one of those, you can check out the program every afternoon, Monday through Friday, weekday afternoons, from 4 to 5:30. We're on Cox Channel 4. That's Your View, Louisiana. Cox Channel 4 every weekday afternoon starting at 4. We're on Spectrum, Channel 333, every weekday afternoon starting at 4. That's all over Louisiana. CoreyTalks.com. Take it with you on the road to the gym, the hunting blind, the fishing camp, cutting the grass, doing landscaping, a jog, whatever. Take the show with you. CoreyTalks.com. Live streaming. And we're also on YouTube. Just go to the search bar, Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. You can check out this program live, past programs, YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Lots of ways to check out the program after the fact. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Frank Brigtsen will join us in less than 10 minutes. James Beard, award-winning chef. Of course, the proprietor, owner, chef at Brigtsen's, his namesake restaurant in the Riverbend, Dante Street, right off River Road / Leak Avenue in New Orleans. The Riverbend, about a block and a half from where St. Charles and Carrollton intersect. Frank Brigtsen a few minutes away. Talking food on a Friday. What New Orleans is all about. I love it. What's fresh, what's good. Love getting Frank on the program. I got to do it. I got to decompress, because during the week it's stuff like this. The Senate committee in Baton Rouge can't agree on a second black majority district. A judge says it has to happen. It's simple, basic math. But we're in 2022, and you still have white people that don't want black people to have power. And then the new angle is it's not so much race, and I believe a lot of that. I do, honestly. It's not just, we don't want black people having power. It's we don't want liberal people having power. If you're conservative. That's the problem. And in states like Alabama in the Deep South, Louisiana, they're having problems drawing up congressional district maps that represent the population, the demographic of the state. It's real simple. Louisiana's like 2/3 white, 1/3 black. That means 2/3 of the congressional seats are white majority and 1/3 are black majority. We got 6 seats. It's 5 white and 1 black. They were recutting those congressional districts, and in Baton Rouge, I mean, I don't know about you. I don't have a lot of faith in the 39 senators or 105 House reps. It's like I said before, it's a Yugo plant. You're proud you produced the Yugo. It's the crappiest car ever. Our legislature sucks. Generally speaking, they suck. And if you're a legislator and you take offense to that, you're an idiot. Look around you. It's Louisiana. So, no, they couldn't figure out this basic, simple thing of how to break down math, numbers off of demographics. Can't do math in Louisiana. Slidell Senator Sharon Hewitt thinks the legislature acted correctly, and it's the judge that has it wrong. Hey, Sharon, it's 2/3 white, 1/3 black. There's 6 seats. 5 and 1 doesn't do the math. That would be 84 or 85, 86% white and 13, 14, 15% black, 16% black. It's not 84-16. It's 66-33. So it's not 5-1. It's real simple. And it's real simple that, I don't know, a lot of black folks can say it's race and it's 2022, and it is some race. But it's more that, 90% of black folks are Democrats? 90% of black folks outside of abortion and homosexuality are very liberal in just about all their political thinking? Like 90%. Outside of abortion and homosexuality, it is hyper-liberal Democrat thinking. So these Republicans that are mostly white, male, don't want another liberal district. Guaranteed liberal district. That's how they look at it. And there is a certain logic to it. If it's another white district, you don't know if it's going to be majority Republican or Democrat. In Louisiana, it'll most likely be majority Republican if it's white, but not necessarily, depending on where you cut it out. And you could probably make an all-white majority Democrat district in Louisiana some way, somehow. But when it's a black district, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be liberal. But in Louisiana, it's pretty damn close. If it's white, it's going to be conservative. So it's pretty basic math.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
You ever try to do the knuckle knife thing, Jason, on that? You know, when you're cutting an onion? I can't do that. I can't do that at all. This guy's been doing it for like 45 years. We're going to go to the Riverbend and visit with Frank Brigtsen. No, I'm just talking about like cutting an onion. You know how I cut an onion? I basically cut into it like an inch all the way, like a bunch of lines all the way across, then I make like a checkerboard pattern, and then I just slice that, and I get a bunch of little pieces. So I cut an onion like a child, not like a chef. Real chef's got the knuckle gimmick going where it's impossible for the blade to cut your hand unless you go above the knuckles. Oh, boy. Anyway. Father's Day Sunday, don't blow it. Take care of Dad on Sunday. Hey, it is Friday, a little after 5:20. That is when we beeline to the Riverbend section of Uptown. Frank Brigtsen is probably right outside his kitchen enjoying the weather as he gets ready for 9 minutes from now when Brigtsen's opens up their doors for the weekend. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing great, Corey. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good.
I was explaining how I cut an onion like a child.
Most people do, probably.
I basically just take it and I cut like a checkerboard pattern in it, and that way when I slice it, I get a bunch of little pieces, you know.
That's right. No, that's right.
But I can't do the Frank Brigtsen or any professional chef blade resting against the knuckles. I'm going to cut. I don't even try it. I'm going to cut the knuckles.
Right. Well, there's a couple of different schools of thought on that. Number one rule for me is store your onions in the refrigerator. That way you won't cry so much.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because I guess the liquid's a little more congealed or whatever?
Exactly. It locks in the acid.
Wow, nice.
Yep, rule number one.
Don't put your Creole tomatoes in the refrigerator like Corey does and take about half the flavor away. Serve those at room temperature, but the onions put in the refrigerator. I've got it backwards.
Yep. Most people, a couple of different ways to do it. Most people will cut one stem end off.
Yep.
Peel it, and then lay the cut side down and make a horizontal cuts and then vertical cuts so you get that checkerboard pattern.
Yep.
I really hate that first horizontal cut because you're pulling the knife towards your hand. And that's a good method. That's the most common method, and it's good. I have a different method that I learned from Chef Larry here at Brigtsen's. We cut both stem ends off, cut the onion in half, lay the cut side down, and let's see how I can describe this. Cut parallel to the stem ends.
Yep.
So
yeah, you
cut all the way through from front to back, and then use the layers of the onion itself to help you get the dice you want, if you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You utilize the natural shape and order of the onion.
So you're going up the hump of the onion, and then I guess you go the opposite way to get the cube size.
You make like an arc cut.
Yep. Wow. And
but the main thing is, and I tell young cooks all the time, Corey, is I see, a young student or somebody, and they just fight the onion. They hate it. I said, "You don't like cutting onions, do you?" He said, "No, I hate it." I said, "Well, let me tell you something. If you want to be a chef, you need to make the onion your friend. So you're better than the onion. You're smarter than the onion. So you need to learn how to conquer the onion, because you're going to be cutting them almost every day."
Yep.
It's the most common ingredient in cooking. So, you got to get to a point of confidence and where it doesn't faze you anymore. That's the main thing.
Frank Brigtsen's with us. Yeah, I never thought about the onion like the number one, thing you're going to add to food. The Holy Trinity's sort of local. That isn't everybody, right?
No, that's correct. But it has a counterpart in Europe, and that's the mirepoix, which is onion, celery, and carrot rather than bell pepper.
Wow, onion, celery, and carrots.
Yeah, but you think of any cuisine in the world, there's onions aplenty.
Yeah.
Spanish, Thai, Chinese, whatever. Onions are crucial to good cooking. Where would we be without them? Food would be so boring.
What does the celery do? Kind of flatten things out, sort of smooth things out?
That's hard to describe. That's a good question. I don't know, really. I would say more it adds another dimension of flavor. You know how we talk about layers and depth of flavor?
Yep.
The celery is just one more wheel in that cog.
I can put a little salt on
a
celery.
No,
me too.
I can't cook without that either.
I can put a little salt on a celery stalk and just eat that.
Yeah, it's an underrated vegetable for sure.
It is an underrated vegetable. And then the bell pepper, I guess that's just spice and seasoning. That's how we took it up another notch, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the reason we use peppers here rather than carrots is because that's what grows here. It's all about the soil and the climate. Peppers are, right now in the market, the peppers are already starting to blow up. They're everywhere. And that'll continue through the summer.
If you added carrots,
carrots are not a huge thing in this area.
Would carrots change the flavor of all that tremendously if you added that?
Definitely. Carrots add sweetness.
Wow.
And I love carrots too. And sometimes I use all four vegetables, depending on the dish and what you're looking for. But carrots are much more pronounced flavor because of their sweetness.
Yeah, I get this dish at Treyen sometimes, hot pepper chicken. And it's sautéed in the wok, not fried, and it's got green peppers, onions, and carrots, slithers of carrots. It's a pretty good dish. It really is. Those Wong brothers know what they're doing.
Oh yes, some of my favorite chefs in the area.
Well, you were like a day one. You and Paul were like day one Chef's Charity for Children guys, and the Wong brothers were right there.
The Wongs have been there since the beginning, and I came in about year 10, I want to say. But that was such an honor to be invited into that group because it was the original 10 chefs, and then Austin Leslie left, and they had to select another chef. And so one night, Corey, we had a reservation at the restaurant, and it was Gunther Preuss and Chris Anzo from Christians, the Wong brothers, and all these luminaries. And I'm like nervous as a cat.
Yep.
I'd been open about a year or two, and I was nervous cooking for all these guys, and then then they later invited me to join the chef's charity, and I realized I was auditioning.
Who was the legendary Brennan chef that went from
Mike Roussel.
Mike Roussel, from washing dishes to executive chef. What a champion, huh?
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
And Chris Caragiorgio and Gaffredo were there, of course.
Yeah.
You know. And to be part of that group, and your father, of course, and the Great War on the Roof, it's the hardest event I've ever done, but it was such an honor and a privilege to do that work with those people to help St. Michael's.
Yeah, no.
I did it for 25 years.
And I'm assuming, like, when Paul Prudhomme was doing it, you were probably assisting or something, right?
I was. Yeah, I was.
So,
Definitely.
you know, your name has been with it pretty much since day one.
Yeah,
Boy,
I still get people in the restaurant thanking me for my service to St. Michael's, which I'm honored to do.
I remember going to Chez Helene, like, getting out the car and some folks looking at me like, boy, what are you doing in this neighborhood? And basically a block behind Circle Grocery, like a block in from St. Bernard Avenue, a block in from Claiborne, old Chez Helene, and Austin Leslie was there. And then I remember... he moved out to Lakeview, out on Harrison Avenue, and had this fried chicken with a couple of pieces and a stuffed bell pepper with some creamy sauce on top. Just absolutely incredible, Frank. He could fry chicken, huh? Uh-oh. Did we lose Frank? Frank, you still there?
Am I here?
Oh, yeah, now we got you. I was just mentioning Austin Leslie, but he could cook fried chicken. Those stuffed bell peppers were outrageous.
Austin then went to work for Jack at Giacomo's. Yep. And he would call me sometimes late on a Saturday night. Frank, I'm out of flour. Do you got any? Frank, you got some fish? Yeah, I got some. And so to thank me for those times, Jack came over one night with a wine box full of Austin's fried chicken, tossed with pickles like he used to do.
Yep.
Wow, what a treat.
Wayne Baquet says the trick is refrigerator cold chicken that goes in the hot grease, and you kind of get that searing action where it sears the outside. So no grease can sort of enter the chicken, and no juices of the chicken get out, and it kind of cooks it that way. I think that's a pretty good philosophy.
That makes all the sense in the world.
What about Austin Leslie? What do you think gave him the edge? I'm sure it was cold chicken hitting hot grease, but it seemed like he was almost like taking care of each piece individually. I remember Giacomo's, he'd have that little fryer. He was sitting on like a little stool. He was about 4 feet off the ground. He had his own little area back there just frying chicken.
Amazing. Those are my heroes, man.
Frank Brigtsen's with us. Frank, chicken's on the menu at Brigtsen's, a rarity. You guys rarely, if ever, have had chicken in 35 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, really, since we used to do the early evening menu, which is pre-Katrina, so it's been that long. And the chicken we're having right now is selling pretty well. People are loving it. It's an airline breast, pan-roasted to order, so it's nice and juicy and tender, and served with stone ground grits and an andouille sausage gravy. Real home-style cooking, really, really good. Top-quality products. The grits are made in Baton Rouge at Chef Paul's Andouille, and the chicken is organic, all-natural chicken, beautiful.
So it's this boneless breast with the drumhead hooked on and the skin on it. How do you cook it? How long does it take to cook that?
Well, what we do is when we get an order, Corey, is we heat up a skillet with a little mild olive oil, and we season the chicken with Chef Paul's meat seasoning, and then sear the skin side. Once that skin side is seared nicely, we turn it over and finish it in a 500-degree oven for exactly 15 minutes.
Wow, that's all it takes. Wow, that's amazing. So searing the skin side is just like a minute or so, right?
Yeah, well, I would say 3 to 4 minutes on medium-high heat. We like to get nice color on it.
Yeah, crispy.
And then we actually flip it and turn the fire off and wait until the chicken's ready to pick up, and 15 minutes in the hot oven.
Wow, amazing. And it's totally ready.
Beautiful.
That's phenomenal. So, that dish from pulling it, from seasoning it to eating it could be about 25 minutes at home.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
And so simple and so good. It starts with good quality ingredients. That's the key with that dish, no question. This is not grocery store chicken.
And what's the temperature on the oven again?
500.
Wow. Yeah, that's rolling.
Don't be afraid of the fire, folks.
Yep. Hey, Frank, we always say the seafood purveyor dictates Brigtsen's menu, best fish available. What's on the menu tonight, fish-wise?
Oh, my God. Well, first of all, let me tell you, I got a call from my friend Captain Lance from Montague, Louisiana. He's a shrimper. He's got a fleet of 3 boats. And he has a specialty you may not have had before, soft-shell shrimp. Soft-shell shrimp occur in nature. You've seen them when you buy a pound of shrimp.
I've had soft-shell crawfish before, but I've never had soft-shell shrimp.
Yes. Well, these are the ones that, like the horn of the shrimp that's so hard and pointy, it's soft as can be.
Wow.
And the whole shrimp is like that. So the whole shrimp is edible.
Wow.
All we do is I clip off the eyes. For aesthetic reasons, I clip the eyes off. And we dip that in the egg and milk wash and then into a mixture of half corn flour, half corn meal, and fry it. That cornmeal keeps it nice and crispy.
Wow.
And you eat the whole thing. And it's a novelty dish, but it's really, really good.
I bet.
And so we got a few pounds of those we'll be serving tonight and tomorrow as an appetizer. And I made an old school classic tartar sauce with blue plate mayonnaise, our homemade pickles, lemon, Creole mustard, and a little hot sauce. And it's a great way to celebrate summer. We're in the middle of shrimp season now, and it's great. And we got Creole tomatoes, beautiful. My wife picked them up yesterday from the farmer, and he said he's got about 1 more week to go. So if you like Creole tomatoes, buy them up and eat them up, because I'd say another 2 weeks they'll be done.
Yeah, a buddy of mine's going to grab a box in Bell Chase, and just yesterday he's like, "You want me to grab you some?" And I was like, ideally ones where the stem's not round. I'd like that stem to be cutting into the tomato in the top, big old gashes where it looks ugly. Give me the ugliest ones.
That's the ones I want, too.
Yep.
That's celebrity variety tomato, and that's the only ones we serve.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Well, you got a good connection.
We do. And fish-wise, striped bass for the broiled fish. We're still getting speckled trout, Meunier with roasted pecans, and the tuna's looking really fresh, too. Let's see what else. That's about it. I saw crab meat dropped another $1 in price. So
in between, less than platinum, but more than gold still.
Yeah, so maybe if it goes under 25, I might put a crab meat app on. So we'll see. But still celebrating blueberry season, lemon icebox, blueberry creme brulee. Chef Samantha made a peach cheesecake today with local peaches.
Wow.
With a spiced shortcake cookie garnish. She's turning out some cheesecakes for us that are just killer and beautiful.
Nice. Can I make a joke as we let you go, Frank?
Of course. I love jokes.
Why don't you just use some pasteurized Chinese crab meat?
I'm sorry, I lost you, Corey. Corey, you still there?
That ain't even a joke. That's like an insult. The next time I come by, you can slap me in the face with a fish cleaning glove.
Well, here's who I hang out with. I was in the dining room before I got on the phone here, and my good friend Justin from Bevy Seafood on Carrollton is here with his family and friends, and they're out for a nice evening out. And, this guy's in a tough business, boiled seafood business in this climate right now with the prices. And so we were talking shop, of course. But when people ask me what's my favorite boiled crawfish, I send them to Bevy.
That's Carrollton at Bienville right there, right?
That's correct. And his seasoning mix is very similar to mine, so that's the taste I really like.
You can go get a little cone, get a little ice cream cone of bricadas afterwards, right in the hood.
Boom. Boom.
Not a bad night. Hey, Frank, any openings over there for the weekend, or you guys are pretty booked up?
It's pretty booked, but if you want to eat out tonight or tomorrow night, give Marna a call and see if she can do a little wiggle room. And I want to remind you, next week is restaurant week, so get out and support your favorite restaurants. Brigtsen's will be running a 4-course vegetarian menu, and that you can see that on our website, brigtsens.com, and it's also on Facebook. Brigtsen's Restaurant Facebook page or Frank Brigtsen's Facebook page. All vegetarian, all good.
Brigtsens.com is the website. The phone number is 861-7610. 861-7610. Brigtsen's in the Riverbend. Frank, always a pleasure, brother. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Corey. Stay cool. We love you, New Orleans.
That's Frank Brigtsen joining us from his restaurant. 861-7610. Call. You heard. Maybe his wife, Marna, can squeeze you in tonight. Sounds like they got a table open, and maybe one tomorrow night, too. 861-7610. That phone number should be part of your contacts in your phone. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Young's Dry Cleaning with you since 1940. 82 years of excellence, literally a New Orleans institution. If you like your dry cleaner, I guess stick with them. If you want to experience the best, youngsdrycleaning.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program as we head into the weekend. Tell you what, Fantasy Friday saves me. I could not do 5 straight days of tough New Orleans talk radio like you got to have this week. I could sit there and Pollyanna and talk about the great positive about New Orleans. I try to do that all the time. Our people, our culture, our history, our architecture, our music, our food, our way of life, all of that. But this was a tough week with the sheriff and the mayor and the city council and just day after day, shootings and carjackings and crazy stuff going on. So no, Fantasy Friday is a must to remain sane. Talk a little sports, not a sports talk show, but on Mondays I get Brett Martell on for a few minutes from the AP. On Fridays I get Fletcher Mackel on. Fridays with Fletch from Channel 6. Frank Brigtsen just joined us talking about food. Thank goodness, huh? Gotta decompress a little. Hey, speaking of food, Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you know, they're open till 9 p.m. tonight. You're looking for some good, fresh seafood? Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, they're open till 9 p.m. They have local, fresh seafood exclusively. Nothing else. Never anything frozen. Never anything from out of state. Nothing southern Mississippi or southern Alabama, not knocking. They've got some quality seafood. Fury's doesn't get it from there. They've got not one but 2 local purveyors, a couple of old school guys. As a matter of fact, John and Manny get a little nervous. These seafood purveyors they've been using for decades, they're getting a little up in age, as Jim Finks would say, long in the tooth. And he worries about them not sticking around, Not retiring one day. No, all local, fresh seafood, never, ever anything frozen. Don't forget the gumbo and the onion rings. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie is open till 9 p.m. Jeff Dorson of the Humane Society of Louisiana, he talks the talk and he walks the walk. He joins us on the program live again, tossing a bone to that great group, the Humane Society of Louisiana. You can check them out online, humanela.org. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, Corey, thanks again for our weekly update on the only thing I know what to talk about is being nice to animals, being kind to animals, being thoughtful and considerate to them, and thanks for giving us this wonderful platform week in and week out.
Hey, real quick, Jeff, I know you don't eat animals of any sort. Do you eat seafood at all or no?
No.
Wow.
Vegans kind of abstain from they just stay with vegetables and legumes and, trying to avoid meat and fish.
All right, now,
and dairy.
Yeah, no, I got you. I just had Frank Brigtsen on the program from Brigtsen's Restaurant.
You bet.
Next week, he's got a 4-course vegetarian menu.
Wow, I'll have to check that out.
Get with the girlfriend, the wife, significant other,
Nice.
and get a reservation
Nice.
at Brigtsen's. And I'll tell you what, you do that, and it's on me. I'll call Brigtsen's and I'll take care of the tab. You do 25, 30% tip, and I'll pay for the entire meal. How's that sound?
Well, awfully generous. That's a great. Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer. Thank you. And did the chef say why he's doing that? Did Frank explain?
I think he's into that kind of thing. He always does stuff like that, you know.
Good for
It's
him.
restaurant week.
Well, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
healthy for our bodies and healthy for the planet, so not bad.
that restaurant's number is 861-7610. Book a reservation sometime next week for you and your significant other. I'll take care of the bill. You tip 30% on the bill, and how's that deal?
Done deal. That's extraordinary, and that says a lot about you, Corey. There you go again.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, I know you like your veggies, 4-course vegetarian meal. Well, no, it doesn't say a lot about me. It says a lot about you. You know, like I said, you talk the talk and walk the walk, and you're out there every day, 7 days a week. You rarely take time off, vacation. You sacrifice a lot. You don't get paid a lot. The folks on your staff don't get paid a lot. You have lots of volunteers helping. It's a community effort, and you do a lot of work that you don't get credit for. So, no, it's my pleasure to tighten you up with a 4-course vegetarian meal at Brigtsen's.
That's awesome. Very nice of you. I'm looking forward to that, and I'll give a restaurant review after the meal, so thank you so much.
Nice.
Very nice of you.
No, it sounds good. What's on the slate for today, man? What animals are out there in need? What do you need?
Well, here's the thing. People don't realize this heat index is really dangerous. Believe it or not, we've had 11 dogs perish that have been outside or in sheds because of this heat, and their owners just didn't understand that. What are they doing chaining them up in a shed? Of course they're going to suffer and die. So come on, please. Be aware of this heat is dangerous and can be fatal. They're wearing a fur coat. You and I are uncomfortable walking outside. Now, put on a heavy coat and you're really miserable. So please, yes, 11 have perished, and that's only with what we know of.
And where? Where were these animals? All over Louisiana?
In Livingston, and one was in Jefferson.
Yeah, it's just pathetic. I mean, I don't understand people. It's responsible pet ownership, I mean, spaying and neutering's part of the game. Regular vets visits, part of the game. If you have a dog, they've got to be on heartworm medicine every month. If you have a cat, and flea medicine too. Cat, same thing. Water bowls changed more than ever during the summer because the water gets hot, mosquitoes, all that crap. Change the water bowl 3-4 times a day. Think about yourself when you have an animal, and it's really no different. People think an animal's like a TV set, like a material object. I own it. It's insane.
Well, how did you get your empathy? Because that's really what you're talking about when you trade places with this other living creature to see what their experience of life is. And it's very easy to see what they're going through, but some people don't have that ability. So where did you get yours?
No, I'm lucky. I mean, I'm fortunate. I don't deny it. I'm fortunate. I had 2 very good parents, that never said the N-word or knocked people of any race, creed, or religion. Just never did. That kind of raised us right. And I got 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters, and we're a pretty tight family. No one lets anyone kind of go off like some insane black sheep because the rest of the family would alienate themselves from that person, I think. So we're all kind of on the same page, thank God. Had aunts and uncles and grandparents. My dad, his brother never got married, and my mom was a single child, so I don't have any cousins. But like first cousins, I've got second and third cousins. But no, just raised right. Had a good neighborhood I grew up in with a lot of people that would call and go, Corey's, climbing the fence in the yard. He's not supposed to be there. And my brother comes and gets me or something. I had to be home at dinner at 6 o'clock every night. Literally, every night at 6. I remember the wilder kids my age, I don't know if it was divorced parents or whatever. They didn't have to be home at 6. They're out at 9, 10 at night. They're going out on weeknights. I'm like, I'm home at weeknights, So I don't know. I was just raised right, thank God. And simple common sense, morals, ethics, integrity, treating people right, having empathy, sympathy for animals and things. I don't know, man. Just think beyond yourself. I'm not, Jeff, I can be selfish. I can be a jerk. I mean, people just listen to this show. I think you can figure that out. But I know it's not a good thing. I try not to be selfish. I try not to be a jerk. I try to be, a nice person, generally speaking. And if that's sort of your goal, I don't know how you can neglect animals or treat people poorly or be rude or I don't know. What do I know?
Well, good for you. I appreciate you just speaking principles, our life principles of what we describe, to be. That's important. That's not always discussed on radio shows. So I always find it refreshing that you and I are always talking about stuff that's really, deep down, what do we feel like? How do we want to conduct ourselves? What kind of standards do we want to live by? And it extends to treating other creatures honorably and with respect and compassion and consideration. So I'm always impressed that you're willing to do your 5 minutes to talk about something that is generally overlooked.
Well,
so here's the question for your listeners.
Well, that's another thing.
Go ahead.
No, it's overlooked. I remember getting you on a program probably, 25 years ago?
Yep.
I was like, this guy cares, man. He gives a crap. I mean, how can I not put him on my show? And he loves animals, and it's real,
I'm still grateful. You don't have to. You could, talk to some sports person, celebrities, community leader. I'm just, doing my little thing. But thank you for the opportunity. All the time you put this interesting spotlight on what really can make people more aware and make a difference. And that is just being kind. Can we just try and up the ante a little bit?
Yep.
Be extra kind, be extra considerate, extra thoughtful, generous, compassionate, and that makes us a better human being, and we need it right now. Our planet, our animals, each other.
Yep.
So always grateful for this time, Corey.
Hey, real quick, dogs don't sweat or perspire, they pant. So if your dog's panting, he's sweating like crazy and needs to come inside, needs water.
Thank you. Yep. And tomorrow we'll be in DeQuincy, Louisiana, near Lake Charles, our inaugural DeQuincy Spay Day. We're going to target 50 feral cats, get them neutered, put them back in the community, and over time they'll decrease naturally. But we want to keep expanding our reach. And the following week, we'll be in Church Point, Louisiana, Acadia Parish, which really needs our help. We'll have our inaugural walk for animals in that parish. So we're really trying to be where we're needed the most and try to really get people in those communities, get their support and raise their awareness and let them participate. So I'm traveling throughout the whole summer, going to these other parishes to try and get people on board, get them interested and activated, and I'm looking forward to all those events.
Yeah, a city like San Francisco that has a no-kill shelter, if you wonder why, it's because they don't have a major homeless animal problem because spaying and neutering is the law, and they're on top of it, and anyone that doesn't do it, they get ostracized as being an irresponsible pet owner, which they are. And here, we just kind of overlook, a lot of people being irresponsible in all kind of ways. It's Louisiana and New Orleans. It's kind of our MO in our DNA. But, yeah, don't let animals suffer, dogs and cats. Change the water. Bring them inside. Don't chain up your dog and leave him outside. Your dog's not an alarm. It's an animal. Anyway.
Nice. Couldn't say it any better. Thanks again for the delicious upcoming 4-course vegetarian meal. Can't wait. And I'll let you know how it is next time we talk.
Jeff, always a pleasure. HumaneLA.org is how you can donate. If you go to Facebook, Humane Society of Louisiana, they're always updating it. You can see what they're doing. Hero-type work. Thanks, Jeff. That's Jeff Dorson. HumaneLA.org. HumaneLA.org. I like to eat, man. I like to eat. You like to eat. Jeff likes to eat. Vegetarian meal at Brigtsen's. It's got to be as good a vegetarian meal as you're going to get anywhere, I'll tell you another place you can get as good a meal as you're going to get when it comes to Chinese. It's not Chinese food. It's Chinese cuisine. It's gourmet. It's Trey Yen. We're blessed. East Bank, West Bank got a lot of good Chinese restaurants. A level or two up, Trey Yen in Mandeville. I recommend the whole flounder or speckled trout. Tong cho flounder or speckled trout. The whole fish. They debone it, head and tail intact. They flash fry that bad boy, and I'm telling you, seasoned, marinated, flash fried, it's perfect just like that. But then they put ladles and ladles of their signature tong cho sauce. Both fillets, great for, you have a big crew. Get that entree, share it. And I'll tell you an entree to get as an appetizer if you go with the big crew. Get that pecan shrimp, the honey pecan shrimp entree as an appetizer. If you got like 6 or 8 people at the table, so good. Trey Yen in Mandeville tonight for dinner. You can't go wrong. South Shore, folks, it's 25 minutes from Lakeside Mall to the front door of Trey Yen. 25 minutes door to door. Family, friends in the car, nice conversation. Before you know it, you're pulling right up. And then you get the nice ride back. It's easy. Set the cruise on like 66, 67. Trey Yen in Mandeville, 25 minutes from Lakeside Mall. North Shore, folks, at the foot of the causeway. You know where. Trey Yen in Mandeville. Yummy. I love Trey Yen. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Thanks so much for Fletcher Mackel joining us in the 4 o'clock hour. Frank Brigtsen joined us earlier this hour. And, of course, Jeff Dorson just joining us. You know who loves Jeff on the program the most? That's right. What's that, Blue Boy? You love the Humane Society of Louisiana? Folks should donate right now, humanela.org. humanela.org. Blue Boy, you're right on the money. What else? Thank Jason. Yep. Who else? The listening and viewing audience. And tell folks to have a great weekend. Blue, you never miss a beat. You saved me, buddy. 93.9 FM New Orleans. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Be safe.